Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video. My name is Jess1993 and we are 10 subscribers away from. So in this video today we are going to be talking about something which has actually crossed my mind quite a few times recently, and it's about aviation. And there's been so many incidents with like passenger airlines and aircrafts and all that stuff that it's actually quite concerning, to be honest. So up in this sort of segment of videos, I'm going to be talking about some of the incidents that have happened, maybe what causes all of these incidents, and all of that stuff, and like sort of what places could do to sort of improve it all. And I think personally that it would be a very, very good thing, and we need to sort of get awareness out and then make it sort of stop. Because yes, it's good that, well, it's not good that all the crashes are happening, but it's good that people might be getting more aware of the different safety implements, let's say, of aviation. So, without further ado, if you are new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Do all the things you like doing if YouTube actually allows you to comment. Get me to 300 subscribers. I do have something special up on the way for you for that. We will be starting the Q&A for the 300 subscribers at 295 subscribers, so stay tuned. I will be making a video on that, probably a short form video. As you might have seen, I have been uploading some more shorts recently as well. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So personally, for me, so we do have a little bit of a trigger warning with this next segment. I may touch up on scenes of I might just touch upon scenes which you may find distressing. Just thought I'd put that out there just in case you want to skip through this part of the video. So, earlier this year we had the Air India crash, where it was the pilot or first officer which shut off one of the engines, and then it obviously went down and went boom into flames. Now that's probably the scariest incident in aviation this year by far. It killed 287 passengers. Obviously all the crew and all the flight deck were killed as well. Very, very sad, and it's hard because obviously you don't know if the pilot's gone through stuff, and if they have, obviously they might have wanted to do what they do, but then it obviously affects all the passengers, all the crew, everything, and it's sort of, I'm surprised it hasn't shut down the airline, to be honest. But that's still IATA and all that stuff that obviously control all of that, which is the International Air Travel Authority. And yeah, so I do think that sort of started it, but it also meant, and it was on a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, correct me if I'm wrong down there, and they are one of the safest aircraft ever in history, so it was so rare that they were having an incident, which meant that it was the pilot's fault, because if it was a tech, it would just sort of happen like that, and the flight deck probably knew it was going to happen, if you get what I mean. So that is on the Air India, which I think started the sort of incidents that are happening this year, sort of thing, if you get what I mean. And I do think that it did start something, because next up I'm going to talk to you about the EasyJet incident. So yes, it's time for the EasyJet incident, and this happened at Mancunian Airport, Manchester Airport. I don't know why I said Mancunian Airport. So this was when 2 EasyJet flights were on the taxiway, and one was going this way, one was going that way. Let's get the wings. That's the nose. That's the nose and that's the wings. So we've got our aircraft, and then what happens is this winglet here collides. This winglet here collides. There we go. And then both of the winglets collided. Now, this was ATC's fault by far, because ATC should have had all eyes on the airport operations, all eyes on the taxiways, all ideas of aviation, and it is one of the most stressful jobs. I understand why it could have happened, because it was a lack of communication or a miscommunication, but then ATC should have just shut down everything, told everyone to stop, and redirected the aircraft. Whichever aircraft has more authority, they should have redirected that aircraft, so then they avoided the collision, because it was like if not more than £4.2 million that had to go on a new winglet for EasyJet, because, well, EasyJet, they're based in Switzerland, Geneva, England, and Austria and all that stuff. Then the different maintenance costs are different, but because it was a G registered aircraft, which is the sort of registration code for the United Kingdom, then that's why it obviously had to be under EasyJet UK. So that was one of the other incidents that I think have been really, really shocking and quite bad this year. And that was the EasyJet collision, where both of the aircraft went boom, and then the winglets got shutted off like that. So, next up, we're going to be talking about an incident which happened with a TUI aircraft and ground staff. So then, TUI, another incident. No, we thought it was 787-9, I know it was with a 737-8200. So, who was at fault? Because it was a cabin crew which got severely injured because the air stairs moved away as she was closing the cabin door for the aircraft. This means that it's the ground handlers at fault, because the ground handlers are the people who need to communicate with the pilot and all that stuff. And if the pilot says move the air stairs, if they move the air stairs, that's fine. But I don't think the pilot gave the authority, and the ground staff just moved the stairs, which meant that cabin crew weren't aware, which meant that cabin managers weren't aware, which meant pilots weren't aware, which means that it was just all going to hell. Yeah. So that basically means that it was a lack of, I honestly think that it was a lack of training and a lack of knowledge for them, really, because personally I don't think that it's the cabin crew's fault. I do think it's the ground handler's fault, because it is, to be honest, because TUI aren't at fault because they're the operation of the airline. It's not the cabin manager's fault because she's for the cabin and not for the air stairs, because normally the ground crew go up to the air stairs, start packing it away as they close the doors. They don't move it back or anything until after, and that meant that the cabin crew literally fell, literally tried to step out, things moved back, so cabin crew, stairs, moved back, stepped out, fell. That's basically what happened. And yeah, so very, very sad. That concludes that. So next up, let's go. So yeah, so that is the discussion of what I think are the main sort of incidents, well, the main incidents of UK and worldwide aviation. Now, there's been a lot of things this year, including with private and privately owned jets as well, and the prop aircraft and all that stuff, but it has all gone pretty square shaped this year, and that leaves me on with the square space. No, shut up. But yeah, so I honestly think that most of it is operational fault, like operations fault. Like for these jets, it's ATC's fault, and for TUI, it is the ground handler's fault. For Air India, it was unfortunately the captain's fault, but we can't really do anything about that, really, to be honest. So, thank you for watching. I hope that this video has actually quite interested you, and yeah, it interests me. If you do politics and stuff, Miles, then do comment down below what you think of the incident. If you do anything related with anything travel, anything, comment down below. I'd love to see all of your discussions, guys. So, thank you for watching, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Get me to 300 subscribers. 295 subscribers will launch in the Q&A. So, that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there, keep on chatting. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.